Hey, how you doing? My name
Hi.
is Caesar.
Hello. How you doing?
Welcome. What's your name?
Antoinette.
Nice to meet you, Antoinette. Um, Here in the sessions, just gotta let you know, it's a 30-minute session. Usually use like CBT, which is behavior therapy, and also I gotta let you know about confidentiality. Whatever is said here, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't leave this area, except if it's something that's gonna, that can possibly hurt yourself, hurt somebody else, or somebody is trying to harm you. Those are the only things that will actually leave from this area. I will actually have to notify the proper people about it, and then it becomes something else, and it'll be handled accordingly. Other than that, how are you today, and what brings you here?
I'm doing really good
Mm-hmm.
today. I'm really doing good, and I've been looking forward to speaking about some things
All right.
that I been thinking about for a while that I'm just now getting the courage to speak about.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what's one of those things? You say you got a couple of things you
Well,
want to talk
one of the
about.
things is that losing my parents at such a young age,
Okay.
growing up, I lost both of my parents to HIV, which is
Yeah.
something that took me so many years
Yeah.
as a kid, a teenager, to actually intake it.
Right.
It was like always in denial. I've been in denial until I came across maybe 37,
Mm-hmm.
about 37 years old, which I'm now 41.
Okay.
I had to come to this this acceptance,
You had to come to terms with it.
terms with this
Okay.
acceptance that it's like what it is that I blocked it
Okay.
all of those years.
Right.
So now is the time in my later years is when I've grown to not block it and accept it and understand
Mm-hmm.
what it meant, how it felt, and for all of them years I fought it. I
Okay.
fought the feeling, the emotions, the cry, the acceptance of not having parents so young because my
Yeah.
mom died when I was 13
Wow.
and then my dad died 6 years later.
Okay.
So I basically raised myself,
Mm-hmm.
and it wasn't easy. But at the time, you don't think about if it's easy or it's hard. You
Mm-hmm.
just do it
Right.
because you have no choice,
Mm-hmm.
in growing up in life. So that's like one of the biggest things in my life that I still have not overcome. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think I will ever overcome it,
Okay.
but it's still that I'm still trying to understand it. Like when you grow up and you don't have, and then you have kids and your kids can't go to your
Right.
mom or your
Right.
dad. There's no grandparents, and my daughter suffers from that
Mm-hmm.
because she doesn't have my mom or my dad. Never met them. Never.
Yeah.
When I turned 37 is when I realized that it was real because
Mm-hmm.
my mom died when she was 37,
Okay.
and I had my daughter at 23, the same age my mom had me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was turning 37 and my daughter was 13, I was at every doctor in the world. I was taking
It
a
brought back
hundred.
the memories of that time.
The age different
Yeah.
time, and and I'm like getting all these checkups, liver
Yeah.
check, heart check, HIV check, everything checked, just
Yeah.
to make sure that
You.
I'm good
Yeah.
at that point in my life, which is like I shouldn't have felt that way, but I did because it was a moment in my life that I experienced in that age time. So all different type of things start going through my mind because I'm like, what the world would my daughter do if she was to lose me at the same time I
Right.
lost my mom at that age? And boy, I went through hell. I went through a rough. I even got in therapy because it was
Okay.
just so overwhelming. Because all the years I fought therapy, I thought I was just this superwoman.
Yeah.
Because I had to be such a superwoman at a young age, so nothing breaks me down.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep going and going and going until I got to the point that look, I need to lay down or talk or sit down,
Right.
and because talking to people on the phone, family members and friends, is not the same as talking to somebody you don't know because
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to worry about being judged
Right.
because you can talk to somebody that's not judgmental. They
Mm-hmm.
don't know you, so
Right.
really much what can you say
Mm-hmm.
about me? And those were some things in the last few years. I was introduced to therapy but didn't go, until my daughter started breaking down and she needed therapy. So I went to see if it would work for both of us, and it did. So we both been in therapy for like 2 years now,
Yeah.
and it's such a beauty. Like
Oh, yeah?
it changed my life a lot because it lets me see things as honest. Like it makes
Okay.
me bring out the honesty in what I've been through in my life because my parents were drug addicts. They
Right.
used dope all their life, and that's how they died of AIDS. You know, and sometimes I see kids like disrespect their parents and things like that, and it hurts me because it's nothing that I wouldn't do in this world just to have them, you know, for one day. Just
Right,
to say,
yeah.
I love you. You know, my mom wasn't here. She died at 13 when I was 13, so I don't know the boys and the girls and the ups and the downs. So she taught me more so hygiene and cooking,
Yeah.
but real things, you know. Then dad was sick, so I dealt with him to the last end,
Yeah.
where you could see his heart beat through his chest.
Wow.
And it's just like, whoa, you know, because you can walk around like you have this. People look at you and they think that you just,
Yeah.
but all the way deep down inside,
down
of you
inside
keep
is a lot
swimming
is
and
going on.
swimming and
A lot is
swimming
going
and
on.
swimming. But being though I had to do it at such a young age is how
Yeah.
I keep it mostly together until I had like that breakdown. Like, you have to realize that you're not a superwoman. And I always thought I had to be a superwoman because my sister had kids at a young age. My dad turned around and died of HIV right
Yeah.
after she had the kids. So she was 16 and I was 18, so I had to take care of her twins and
Yeah.
child, cooking and cleaning and Lord
lot going
Jesus,
on. A
yeah,
lot going
too
on.
much. But you don't realize it until you become a certain age in your life, because at that point you don't think about, oh my God, this is gonna be a headache. No, you just get up, you do what you have to do to get the Pampers and the milk to take care of them kids, or you just get up and do the things that you have to do to survive. So it really doesn't have a category of if you should or you shouldn't. It just has to be done.
Right.
But then when I get older and I started really thinking, and my daughter, I started seeing her go through things and things like that, which I never went through with my mom.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like.
Right. You didn't have that
No.
whole that person guiding you through the same things that
So
she's
I'm
going
always
through.
fearful of, am I raising her right? Did I do the right things?
Yeah.
Is it okay to let her be 18? What is 18?
Right.
When you have
You
a
wouldn't.
mom.
No, but I understand where you're coming from, because at the time that you lost, like if I'm to look at it from everything that you said, you lost your parents at the age of 13, and then from there you pretty much had to raise yourself.
Yeah.
I want to know something. I want to know how were those years, the beginning years of that.
Of
How was
losing
that?
my mom at
From 13 to, let's say, 21. How was that? Because that's something that now that you have, you have your own
Yeah.
kids,
My own daughter.
and
yeah.
that linked to raising her.
Her.
So how was that for you? Right there from 13. How did
Never
you go
wanted to
about
have
it?
kids.
Wow.
I never wanted to have kids because I felt like it was unfair for you to bring a kid in this world and leave them, because I didn't understand with her drug use and that. I didn't understand. I knew they
Right.
used it. They took care of us the best of their ability. I
Right.
would give them every drug in the book. I swear I would, just to have them back, to have a motherly hug, or I could say, I'm going to call daddy or send my daughter, you going to your grandma's house because I'm tired, I'm
Right.
done. There's none of that, you know?
Yeah.
So how I dealt with it was, like I said, you don't think, you just do.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. No, that's accurate. Sometimes
I
a
had, and
situation
then I had
like
my
that.
sister was younger than me, so I had to help her raise those two twins.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have jobs, no education. I left school a long time ago. Please, school. I have to come home. I gotta cook. I gotta do the laundry. I gotta iron daddy clothes. Daddy gotta go to work. All these things have to be done. So when I went to school, I sat in the lunchroom because I know when I left out that school, I'm going home to cook them pork chops. He was Muslim. He ate pork chops. I'm going home to make pork chops for my Muslim dad that just finished reading the Quran. Holy cow. He was something else. And I would go home and I would cook, and then I had to make sure his clothes was ironed for work the next day. And if my sister did something cleaning in the house, he would make me do it over because she never did it right. And then the time comes like, Daddy, can I go outside? And he'd be like, look at the time. You ain't going nowhere. Go sit your ass down. And I'm like, oh my God. Really?
Yeah.
After I done did all this today, I can't go outside?
Right.
You know, and I drank. Oh, I was so young drinking. I was 14 and I was practically an alcoholic by the time 16 came. I drank. My aunts and them, my mom's sisters, they let us drink.
Yeah.
So my dad let us go uptown in the weekend, so we went. And they would let me drink. I would buy drinks. We would drink together. And my dad had made us stay home.
Okay.
I think when I was about 6.
You got garbage bags?
She said turn it down, but not off for me.
Yeah.
But we would I forgot where I was.
No, basically that you were, at a young age.
Yeah,
drinking.
it was just drinking. I drank a lot, and my dad got to the point where he didn't let us go uptown no more. And I had to stay home. But that problem came because he would give my aunts and them money to buy food and stuff when we went up there, but they
Right.
were all crackheads. So they would smoke up the money, and then the money he gave me and my sister for us to hang out, they would want to take that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not giving you my money. I have my own habits. I drink, I smoke. I can't
Right.
give you my money to support your crack habit. Now they don't have food for their kids, so now they want to take the money that he gave us to use for them. So I stopped going up there, and I
Right.
didn't tell him. I used to just stay home, and take my money, get high, drink, party.
Yeah.
And then my aunt told one day I got beaten. My dad still beat us. He used to beat me. And, I used to think I was being punished. I always thought my life was a punishment. But I didn't have time to sit down and think why they were punishing me. I just had to keep going because there was no time out. I had no time out. How
Yeah.
do you have time out when your sister got kids and your dad just died of AIDS and your mom died? What time? There's no time out.
Right.
You just got to keep going.
Yeah.
You know,
you just
keep
became an
going.
adult.
Yeah,
You
long
became
time ago.
it seems like you just became your mom.
Yeah, I had to. Yeah, who else is gonna do it? My brother had all these kids.
Yeah.
They moved in. They never had a job. They never could buy the kids nothing. My brother had 4 kids. I'm buying diapers and milk. I've been buying Pampers and milk, and I never had kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, guy, get a job. Do
Yeah.
something. Like, I can't take care of all of you. Just me, one, and I'm the middle child.
Yeah.
And my dad had a son outside of my mom, which I didn't find out till my mom died. Then I found out I had a 2-year-old brother. I wanted to kill him. He was my everything. My dad is my heart, my
Right.
knight shining armor. I was daddy little girl. My sister and brother was more my mom. Me and my mom did not get along. Ugh. We couldn't stand each other, but I love her to the end of time, you
Yeah.
know? That's maybe because our birthdays click.
Okay.
She's the 29th, I'm the 30th
Okay.
of August. She was trying to have me. She got drunk and had me the next day, not the day. So I was born drunk.
Yeah. Oh man.
My brother was left in the hospital because my parents were dope fiends when he was born. So they left him there. Just left him, and my grandmother took him.
Yeah.
So these are things in my life that I would never mention, never talk about. But you know why? Because they never existed to me.
You blocked them.
I had to. How could you deal with things like
At
that
what-
and still
at-
move on?
But at what age did you decide to block them? Because did it just start at
It
13
blocked
years
at
old
13.
automatically?
Automatically.
And you just went head first into
I had no choice.
to life.
My mom died when I was 13. She was sick before that. She used to not come home at times. We didn't know where she was at. That's because, and see, they don't know if the HIV came from drug use or a blood transfusion that she had in 1986.
Okay.
4. You know, they didn't check blood then. So who knows how they got it.
Right.
I know they shared needles. They had drug friends, but we don't know. It's still a question of how. I would never know if she contracted it from HIV or did they get it from drugs or did they give
Right.
it to her through the blood transfusion.
It's one of those things that's like lost at this point.
Lost, always. It'll always be forever lost. Because had they knew about it, then maybe she wouldn't have got that contaminated blood. If that is how they got it.
Right.
Who knows? You would never know. So, from the time she gone, the night she didn't come home because she was sick, wound up in the hospital, I started learning how to cook.
Yeah.
I told Sid, my sister, I'm like Sandy, we was in a shelter in Staten Island. We went to the
Okay.
shelter system, lost
Yeah.
our apartment, everything. So we in the shelter system, and my mom went to New York because she got to go to a program because she was a dope fiend, so she was on methadone. So she go to a program, and then she don't show up. So I'm like, look, we not eating no raviolis. I'm tired of eating that white can, no frills ravioli from Pathmark. We not eating that tonight. She did a lot of shopping, but
Yeah.
it was no frills.
No frills for everything. I mean,
But
you
we
got
ate.
you got to get it
We
done.
ate.
You have to eat.
We ate.
She
So
did
that
what she
wasn't a
could.
problem.
She did what she
The problem
could.
was I was tired of eating them. So I said, I'm gonna cook a whole dinner. And I cooked the whole dinner that day. Turkey wings, rice, and corn.
Yeah.
On a 2-hour burner. I seasoned and cleaned my food inside the bathroom sink because there was no kitchen. It was a one room.
Yeah.
And we had a 2-hour burner.
Mhm.
And I cooked the whole dinner. I had my mom food there waiting for her to come up, but she never came in. She was in the hospital.
Mhm.
And I learned how to cook from there. That was the first day I ever cooked a full meal, and it was the best turkey wings and rice and corn. Me
Ever.
and my sister.
Ever.
That gravy was all thick, and it was so good. And from that point on, after she died, we wound up in the projects because we came out, and my mom. We moved in October. No, we moved in November. My mom died that October 30th
Yeah.
on Halloween, day before Halloween, 1989. She died.
Wow.
And my dad was there. He took over, but he sat me down and talked to me and let me know that he had the disease or
Yeah.
whatever the case, which I hadn't a clue or an understanding because in the 80s and 90s,
I mean, in a young age, to
Yeah.
have at that time there was no real understanding of it.
so
People
you
thought
tell
if
me you got
yeah.
AIDS, all right?
Oh yeah.
What is AIDS?
Nobody had a real
You
understanding,
know?
especially at that age. You're not really
Yeah,
gonna
and I'm
understand it.
13. Like, Daddy, what are you telling me right now? So, but it wasn't a matter of what he told me. I took it, and that was it. When he started getting sick, I was there. I took care of him 100%, 100%.
Mhm.
He used to ask me for drugs. Can he have crack? Because, they go back to a baby,
Yeah.
He used to sleep in my bed with me, like everything. And I would go see him in the hospital, and he would say, can I have some dope? I said, Daddy, I can't give you that.
Right.
I said, crack? He said, no, I don't like crack. He never liked crack. My mom and them, they smoke crack.
Yeah.
He said crack spend his money too fast. My dad did not like crack at all.
Yeah.
So he stuck to pills, wine, dope, whatever. And he asked me for coke. And then one day he said, I want something. So he said, can I have some reefer? Baby daddy, you ain't saying nothing but a word. What you want? Joint, blunt, Dutch? Honey, I went outside so fast, came back with him a 6-pack of Heineken, because he loved Heineken. Got that reefer, and I rolled it in a drink. I don't want it. I want it in that brown thing you smoke it in. I said, okay. Roll it up. Let him sit by the window. Boy, he was high and 8 months. He was so happy. He was like, I feel good. I said, you feel good? And he smoked a little bit. He said, I don't want no more. He said, what you got to eat? Yes. I went in the kitchen. I always cooked. I cooked from young, and I fixed him a nice plate, and he was all right. So every day I would let him smoke a little bit of reefer. He said he don't want no more. What else can I do? You're going to die.
And how old were you at that time that you did this? That you would give your dad?
Okay, my mom died when I was 13. My dad died 6 years later, so 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
About 19 years
I was
old.
about
18,
18 because he died. That was like around the summertime when he started asking me. Then on May 26th, 1995, I came home one day. I went out to make money. Nobody helped Ibrahim but his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to go out, hustle, make my money, come back. I used to go to my friends in them house to get food to come so he could have food. So one day I went out and I came back and the door was open. And I'm like, why the door open? And he had the bath water was still there. He didn't take the bath. Ran his bath water before I left. And I went in the room and he was in a super coma. His back was like a U. His mouth was wide open, eyes open. He sniffed coke. And it sent him into shock.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he dead. I'm by myself. And I'm like running out the house and ran to my friend's house downstairs like my dad is dead. Like somebody help me, and I'm running around. They thought I was a crazy person because my hair was all wild. They didn't want to let me in. I could hear them talking through the door like, Keisha, don't open the door. There's a crazy person out there.
Wow.
And I'm like, help me! Help me! Please, somebody help me! And then they finally opened the door for me and I'm like, my dad is dead. So the mom came upstairs, which I call her my mom too. And he was in a coma and they came in. And at the time, he had this little 22 that he loved and he was cleaning it. And that was on the side. But when I called the ambulance, I didn't even go back in the room until they came. They had knocked his teeth out to put the rest of the thing in, the saving tube in him and everything. But he lived 6 months after that. He came out of it. And you know what the first thing he did? He called me a stupid motherfucker for letting them take his gun. After I told him, he was like, you let them take my... I'm like, Daddy, like, Daddy, you crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't thinking about no gun.
Right,
I'm
you're just
about
thinking
you.
about saving your life.
I didn't even see it. he was something else, boy. He used to make me clean, and I used to think he was punishing me, but as I am as an adult, I'm very responsible.
Yeah.
You know, I'm an on-time person. I pay my bills on time. I make sure I have food in my house. I take care of my daughter to the best of my ability. And now I just want to go back to school and do a lot of the things that I haven't been able to do. I want to live. You know, I love being here. I love running around. You always see me, I'm doing I want to live, but I want to do it for me.
Right.
I don't want to do it because I have to do it for somebody else. I don't want to. That's why I don't have a lot of kids. I got one daughter, and they begged me to have her. I wasn't going to have none.
So you're 41 years old now.
Yeah.
And this started at 13.
Yeah.
So from 13 to 41,
Yeah.
you've been running around for everybody else.
Yep.
Did it for your dad, which I'm sure you're happy about that because you did it for
That's
him.
the best thing I could have ever done.
Yeah, because you did it.
Yeah.
It's something in you that, it
Yeah.
brought that in.
And then I wound up being home health day for 13 years.
So now is the time.
Yeah, now is
Now is the time that you see that I got to get done. These things I'm doing for me.
Yeah, everything I'm doing for me.
How do you feel about that, though?
Excellent. I feel great. I got my GED 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah? Congrats.
I kept taking it until I passed. That science was driving me crazy. I just got my GED, 2016. Praise God. Yes, I did.
Oh, congrats.
I did it. I sure did. I did it. And it's my fears, my daughter. I try to tell her, like, the life you have to appreciate your parent. I know she loves me. You have to appreciate life for what you have because you don't have the responsibility that I had growing up as a child.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you have to use school and get your education now.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about bills. You don't have to worry about where your next meal is coming from. You don't have to worry about these things. Get in school, graduate, get what you need. Because you don't have to deal with the things that I had to deal with in order to get there. You know, and then I feel like she doesn't do it, and she does it when she wants to, but it's that 18-year-old age. But see, I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
Because I had nobody to
You became
tell
an adult
me.
at 13.
Yeah, so then like my dad made me cook, made me clean, made me do all of these things, but I had nobody to talk to me like this, like get your education and do it.
Pushing you in the right direction.
No, so I had to figure it all out on my own.
So now is it fair to say that you and your daughter are being teenagers together?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you guys are like to a certain extent, you guys are going through it together.
Yeah, we going through it like a mother. We get attitudes together, all type of things. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, little girl, you need to loosen up a bit. But she's my whole heart. She's my heart, my mind, my body, my soul. And if anything I could do in this world, whether she wants to get up and do it now, eventually she'll come around because she has to learn. I just try to tell her you don't have to learn as hard as I did, but you just have to learn, That's my baby. That's my baby.
Still a learning process.
Yeah, I'm learning. I learn every day.
Yeah.
Every day is a learning process for me, man. Every day.
Can I go back to something?
Sure.
There's something you said that it is one of the things that got like it stuck with me. Like when you gave your dad some weed to smoke. What was the reason why you like the other drugs, the hard drugs? You said no, you can't have that. But the weed, why were you okay with giving him that?
Because I know it would give him an appetite, and it'll keep him calm. Because he always smoked weed.
Yeah.
He still smoked joint while he was sick.
Okay.
He always smoked joints and Heinekens.
Yeah.
So I gave it to him.
Yeah, that was something that stuck with me. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
you won't give him the hard stuff, which I understand fully.
Yeah.
But marijuana, I'm like, wait a minute, I gotta at least ask about that.
It gave him calm and made him eat. Because right after he smoked, he's like, what you got to eat? He didn't eat.
Okay.
So that gave him an appetite, and he said, "Ooh, that feel nice." He was in the hospital. They don't wash them up in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I said, "Daddy, you looking kind of dirty. Mind if I wash you up?" He said, "Sure." So I came back the next day, and I bought his Lever 2000 with his soap and his deodorant, and I washed my father from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. So he looked at me and he said, "You really gonna wash me up?" And I said, "Yeah, Daddy. Don't worry about it." Like I guess he was kind of finicky. If I was going to touch the prop, wow, move that prop, wash him over, and flip his ass over, clean his ass, top to bottom. He smelled like, I said, damn, Daddy, you look good. You look clean again. I said, how you feel? He said, I feel good. I said, yeah. Because you was a clean person. So they're not washing you up. They give you them little sponge things, No, I gave him a real bath. And from that point on, is what made me go into home health day because a lot of people need help. They need tender, they need love. And that's why I also left it. My last patient I was with him for like 2.5 years. Only family he had, only friend he had.
Yeah.
and he left me. Still to this day, I can't watch TV shows that come on that me and him used to watch.
Yeah.
I can't.
So you became a helper.
Yeah, I can't. And
You've
now
been, you've been a helper since young
Yeah.
age. So going right into
caretaker.
Yeah,
Big
caretaker.
time. Yeah.
Caretaker, big helper. You
Big
just went
time.
right into that.
Yeah, I went right into it. Shower, bathing them, don't bother me.
Yeah.
As long as they clean, they feel good.
Yeah,
You know, because life still goes on. Just because you're sick, that don't mean you have to die.
right.
You understand what I'm saying? See, my mom, she died quick.
Mhm.
We didn't know what she had. She was just going in and out the hospital. They never diagnosed her. So maybe if we had known, she could have been taking medicine for it or been better prepared, but we didn't know. But see, my dad, I knew. So I knew how to take care of him. I knew that I had to be at the hospital. I knew he had doctor's appointments. I knew he had medicine. Like, I knew. So it was different, you know. But then when older I am now, I look back and I be like, wow, man, like I did that. And not for a pat on the back, because I
Right.
feel like it had to be done. That's just like when you have kids, you're supposed to take care of them. Why? Because you had them kids.
Those are yours.
They yours. So if people walking around, I do this, you supposed to do it for your kid, honey. You saying it like,
You don't get a prize for
you
that.
don't get a prize for
That's
that.
your
Why?
actual
Because you
responsibility.
had that. If you didn't want to take care of no kids, you shouldn't have had them. You had them, that's your job.
Right, right.
And you doing it. I'm not patting you on no back for buying no pair of sneakers. That's your job. You supposed to.
Right.
All day long. That's why I was supposed to take care of my sister and her kids. I was supposed to take care of my father. Why? Because he's my father. He had me. So why not take care of him? Who else gonna do it?
Right.
Me.
How did your sister see you when they saw you go through the whole process of you taking care of everybody?
My sister and them, I still take care of them
Yeah.
to this day. My brother too. I have an older brother.
Yeah.
My brother 4 years older than me.
And you take care of him too.
I've taken care of him and his kids too.
Oh wow.
If they need something, they'll call me. They say, you the only person we know always broke, and every time you turn around, you spending money. You goddamn right. I learned that from my daddy.
Yeah.
My daddy always said he broke. I bet you I look at that kid, he got some
There's
money
some
in
money
there.
in there. That little front. Oh, it's a front. I have
Yeah,
nothing.
I don't have nothing to spend on BS, but I got money to pay my bills.
Right.
I got money in case of an emergency. I got money to do things that I need to do with. Not money to give to y'all to do nothing. Y'all grown now. Leave me alone.
But a lot of positive came from that whole entire situation as far
What?
as making you who you are right now.
Oh man, and that's what I realized. You know, that's what make me smile.
Yeah.
That's what make me cry and laugh at the same time.
Yeah.
Cause I like, damn man, Daddy used to make me get behind them couches and clean up that dust. He come in the house and go under his bed and tell who cleaned my room. I said, Sandy, he tell you, Tonight, get in here and clean this room. This room ain't no goddamn clean. I be looking at him like, I want to go outside. You want me to clean this
I
whole
want to be a
room?
kid, yo.
Yeah, let
me go out there.
outside. For real, I want to go outside. You going and hit him. You got to bring him his plate. Take his plate, wash it out. Then he wants you to get his washcloth out the bathroom, wet it with warm water, bring it to him so he can wash his hands and face. Then take it back in the bathroom and rinse it out and hang it back up the way it was hung up. If I go to bed and he get up and go in that bathroom at 4 o'clock in the morning, he gonna call me. But you know why he did make me get up? Because I was already up. He used to smell me smoking. I used to smoke the cigarettes out the window.
Yeah.
He used to come out my window and go right into his window. They used to make him go to the bathroom. And he used to come out. And I used to be in there smoking. He'd say, answer that. And make me throw the cigarette out the window.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, Daddy. And I act like I'm asleep. He said, yo, motherfucking ass ain't sleep. Get in there and go fix that washcloth the way it was supposed to be. Now, if I just do, I got to get up out my bed and go forward. But I know that he only did it to let me know that he knew I was smoking that cigarette.
Yeah.
After I got older, I realized these things. Oh, there was some times, man. We had some times. We had times, boy.
Yo, you have
I had times, boy.
you
I had
have
times.
you have an incredible story. I'll tell you that much.
I had some times, man. A lot.
Yeah, but I tell you what though, we have
A lot of times.
our time is up though.
I
But
know.
I'll tell you honestly, if you ever want to talk again, all you gotta do is let me know,
Yeah, man.
and we can talk at any point in time. All right?
Yeah, it was great talking to
Yo,
you.
it was
And you know,
great-
I
it
was
was great talking to
comfortable.
you.
It was cool.
No,
you know?
man,
I was
thank you.
comfortable.
Thank you for
It
the
took me a
time.
long time to get to this point in my life to be able to communicate.
No, I know. I mean, I can tell.
A long
but,
time.
I mean, I'll tell you something. I'm
long
happy you
time.
sat down there and talked to me.
I am. A long
you.
time. You more than welcome.
Thank you.